Hi everybody, it's me, Jessica Nova, and we're going to do another review. So we're going to do kind of two reviews in this one. So the first little bit thing we're going to review is the ring light. We're just going to touch on it for a second. I bought this ring light and I freaking love it. It'll be linked, it's from Amazon, but it'll be linked in the description. But the cool thing is, so I get this dope ring in my eyes. And it changes color. Oh. Woo! But we're going to stay with blue because it's fun. And it makes me look a little pale. But this is definitely a 10 out of 10. We'll probably do another review where we talk about the ring light a little bit more and what I use it for. But that's why I'm blue. And I just wanted you to know. But the real part of this review is we're going to talk about Harley Quinn, the animated show. We're going to talk about both seasons, so if you haven't seen them, total spoilers. I'm not going to hold back, so if you don't want anything spoiled, you need to go ahead and go, because this whole thing is going to be fueled by spoilers, because I fucking loved this show. I thought this show was amazing, and I was going into it thinking I was going to fucking hate it. I wasn't thrilled about what I was seeing as the design. I didn't know how I was going to like the voice actress because it's not what I was used to. You know, I grew up with Arlene and I really liked that. And it took me a little bit to love the way Margot does the voice, especially in Birds of Prey. I really liked it. So it was a total shift for me. I wasn't sold. The design kind of killed me because I wanted a classic design. But then I started watching it. And at first I hated how much I was enjoying it. The first episode, you go, oh, this isn't for children at all. This is totally for adults. You know, they're slaughtering people. It's nutso. They're being really bad guys. But the art style is done in a way where it's very reminiscent of, like, the Batman we grew up with. So seeing that kind of vibe where it still feels like it's animated for children and to catch the attention of children, and then you see them blowing people up, ripping faces off. You're not sure where the show's gonna go. And I thought the first episode handled the Joker-Harley relationship great. It kind of gives you a little bit of, will she, won't she actually leave? You get to see some of the twisted side on it, but it doesn't dwell on it too long. And you're rooting for her to go on her own. And I think it's done very delicately, but also enough in your face to be like, no, this is a bad relationship. Here's why. There's not going to be any confusion here. This is not the couple you should want to happen. And I know people have issues with Ivy and Harley and that there's issues there too, but that's the relationship you crave, I think, from episode 1. And they do not give you payoff very early at all. There's a lot of will they, won't they feeling. And I loved that. I loved the tension it built. I was not happy as you start to move through season 1 and you meet Kite Man and he and Ivy start dating. You're like, no. What the fuck is happening? Because Ivy gives off a huge, like, lesbian vibe from the beginning. And so when she starts dating Kite Man, you kind of go, I don't think this writing's very good. This seems really forced. I don't like this. At least that's how I felt. I was not impressed. I thought it was being spoon-fed to me because they didn't want to tackle Harley and Ivy. So I was kind of grumpy. Then you move into season 2 with that relationship. And holy shit, what a ride. The way it builds, the tension, the Bachelorette episode where they end up sleeping together, really built on the kiss that they had as they were escaping Bane's The Pit, which was a great throwback. I'm going to pause on the Harley Ivy because we got to talk about Bane. Bane is the best fucking character in this show. The fact that they took Nolan verse, kind of that voice that he does that's real goofy, and threw that into an animated Bane. Every scene with him just cracks me up. The episode in season 1 where he's a magician, I think it's at the birthday, it's at some event, but he's a magician and he's walking around going, "Bigger God!" Laughed my fucking ass off. He's great. Just the way that they have little nods like Coffee is My Reckoning is the coffee cup he has, I think, in episode 1, and it's so funny. The comic style of the whole thing is just it's fucking genius. It's such a throwback to comic book fans, and I feel like the writers did this show with such love to be like, hey, we've read a fucking comic. We get it. We get it. We want to show you that we get it and that we enjoy comics too, and really satisfy the audience. And they do it every step of the fucking way. The way that they tackle Commissioner Gordon being this alcoholic, total like bum with this goofy crush on Batman, it's so funny. It's one of the takes that's a little on the more extreme side, I think, for the humor of it. Because, I mean, that's just not the way I would have ever pictured Commissioner Gordon, but I think it's really funny, especially with some of the stuff that happens to Batman. The Batman Alfred episode in season 2 is excellent. It's one of the best episodes, and I don't think Harley's in it at all. It's Batman trying to come back to being Batman, and just the play with him and Alfred is so good. The writing is impeccable. The writing for this show is just stuffed with talent and jokes and comedic timing, and I think every part of it is so well thought out and well planned that the series continues to surprise you as you go through it. And episode after episode continues to be fresh and new while being a total homage to the characters that you love. And that was great. It was so nice to see these characters fully fleshed out, just brimming with such story, and you really got to dive into all of them to, enough of, like, Clayface is just great. Alan Tudyk, I think that's who does his voice. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Is so funny that his just bravado and the goofiness of him, it's great. I can't rave about it enough. I feel like if you go into it just wanting to laugh and see characters that you love being more adult versions of themselves and kind of, you're also getting to see characters you never get to see, like Condiment King. What a fucking asshole. But they fleshed him out, you got to really kind of dive into who this character is and just kind of, oh yeah, that's totally him. It was nice. It was super refreshing. Granny Goodness and Darkseid are wild. Granny Goodness scares the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. She scares me in all forms, but to have her and Harley fight and to get this Fury type Harley was really cool. Even though, Dr. Psycho, I get it, is the one that made Harley win, blah, 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 blah. Dr. Psycho's fucking hilarious and a total shithole, and I love that. Beefy Riddler, what a good shtick they keep going with that, and that never got... I was worried that would get a little tiresome, but the way that they work him and Dr. Psycho together as this team, it's a different type of role for Riddler, and he gets to kind of make fun of himself while being still very true to the character. I love that. Batgirl was great. There's a couple creepy moments with her and her dad that I didn't love that, for me, aren't funny, but I'm sure to other people they are. They were just kind of squeegee to me. Like, him showering in her dorm's gross. Like, don't do that. Get the fuck away from your college daughter. But it wasn't too bad. It was just a little like, I can't believe that, and I know that's kind of silly to be like, I don't believe stuff that happens in Gotham City. Whatever. It just seemed unrealistic. But I loved it. I would love to know what you think. Leave some comments. Don't leave mean ones. I don't read them anyway. But subscribe. I'm on here pretty often. And if you have stuff you'd like to see me review or hear my thoughts on or comics you think I should read, I would love to know. I'd love to know what you want to talk about. And let's chat again soon. I'm Jessica Nova. Follow me on Instagram on the Jessica Nova. I'm a pretty dope nerdlesque and burlesque dancer, and I do reviews and fetish stuff on the side. So Check me out. Mwah. See you soon.